And welcome to the D Event Center on the campus of Weber State University, the site of the 2023 6A State Championship Basketball Tournament. Stream brought to you by KSL Sports. Rewind on KSLSports.com. Pleased, I'm Dusty Lister. Please be joined by, as always, Dane Stewart and now Coach Michael Connor. And Coach, hey, first of all, miss you on the floor, but glad to have you up here with us.
Yes. I've been asked that many times, but it's great to be right here.
We're still going to have a big theme. And, Coach, let's start first with you, Skyridge, a team you know extremely well. This is a young team that continues to get better, and Cambry Blackham might be one of the better guards in the state this side of the guard line from Lone Peak.
Absolutely. And you know, they like to spread it out, and they're going to attack you at the basket, and she does a great job of that, and also getting her other teammates involved.
Absolutely. And Dane, we look at Syracuse, and we talked about this in the other game, the only double-digit seeded team left in the 6A state tournament.
Yeah, they had a nice upset win against the 7 seed in that second round. Coach Hamblin, he's got himself a very young roster, a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores, some freshmen that help contribute. And look, they're gonna they're gonna earn something today. They'll earn their letters because they're gonna be going up against an experienced team in Skyridge, one that people had preseason number 2, a lot of expectations, and they're gonna see if they can keep this dream alive en route to a semifinal.
Our officials tonight, Jessica Omer, Ian Hess, and Ralph Shields. As we are set and ready to go, we're going to start first with the Syracuse Titans in a game. Really, this is a clash of styles. It's the up-tempo team versus a team that likes to run the ball through the post, take their time, as that ball is going to go back court, and it'll be Skyridge basketball. As certainly not the way you want it to start. Coach, how important are the first 2 minutes of games like this?
Well, you're trying to get a feel for what they're doing. Skyridge is going to have that extended pressure, really pressure the ball and the first pass, and that's what Syracuse is going to have to figure out in the first few minutes.
As they drove that ball inside. Oh, yep, turnover there is Oser, who had been coming off the bench for Skyridge in the 2 games I saw them this year against Lone Peak. It's the start tonight. Maybe trying to match up some size a little bit?
Yeah, very much so.
So pressure from Skyridge. Blackham goes for the steal, doesn't get it. Maylee Anderson can't get that. The rebound goes out of bounds off of Skyridge.
Skyridge did a nice job of recovering on that press.
I think we got cleared out here. We'll fight back in.
That is not Preston's fault. That's Dane's fault. Preston, I'll own that one.
Preston, the intern, has been taking a beating today. There's a 3. Is on the 3 there for Syracuse is Avery Sanders, and Syracuse gets on the board first.
Yeah, big made field goal there for the Titans. We've seen when that long ball drops, it can be a big differentiator because that doesn't always come to these venues for every team.
As Abby Hymas sends that ball back up top to Toole. Shea fits it inside. Extra pass from Oser to the backside. Cambry Blackham misses the bunny. Oser there for the board. Can't get it to stick. And now a steal as they were trying to get out in transition for Syracuse. And the stick-to-itiveness pays off at the bucket.
Yeah, they like to pressure that rebound and put pressure on you right away. So you have to be alert to that.
So Syracuse breaks the pressure. Send the ball back up top. That is Avery Sanders. And now the foul going to be charged to Skyridge's Maylee Anderson. Let's go back and look at that last bucket for Skyridge. If I can have a run out there, Coach, and at least do a bucket.
Yeah, you think you have a run out and you're headed up the floor, but they pressure that rebound in the backcourt, and it makes it tough. You got to get your eyes, head up, and be ready for that.
Send that ball to the corner. Now Junction sends out for 3. Maylee Anderson a little short there, and the ball will go back to Skyridge. And, Coach, one of the things that Dane and I always talk about when you get in these bigger venues is the 3 ball, and then be able to transfer that from your home gym to a place like this at the Weber State. Now, a lot of times you got a coach at Salt Lake Community College, and he made the move to the University of Utah like that. How different was it for your girls?
You know, you just try to let them know the 3 is a normal spot. You see we got the 2 threes, and the kids can very easily feel like they're behind the right 3 and they're actually behind the college 3.
Well, when the two-tone stuff, you talked to them about, hey, let's get a little more acclimated to this, and you don't want them watching their feet. But a little bit like, hey, let's get used to it. Or you just kind of say, hey, I got to take what's there.
No, I just try to get them to, as we coached them, is just play it normal. Don't worry about where the line's at.
Shea Toole long on the triple. Now on the run out here with Sanders. Cut off there by Blackham. Nice job, Dane. Transition there for Skyridge.
Yeah, I actually like Syracuse pushing up the floor. Coach, you've dealt with this Skyridge pressure. Is that the best way to deal with it? Is just not let it get set up and just get up the floor before they can really apply it?
Yeah, if you can get an early, clean shot early without all the extra passes and avoiding the pressure, that's a very good, it's a great opportunity.
On the run, little floater in the lane, a little too strong off the window there from Avery Sanders. Now a loose ball foul. Or no, will they have a foul? Yeah, it is. It'll be a foul charged here to Syracuse number 40, Mariah Hacker.
Syracuse played a lot of 3-2 zone early on. Coach, do you like that against this Skyridge team?
Yeah, you're trying to get them to slow it down, take away a little of their tempo and their speed and some of the transition and stuff. They can make them be more methodical, especially a team who's not normally like that.
As Danya Perkins came in for that rebound, they're going to get a tough call, but that's going to be number 2 on Mariah Hacker. But that's kind of a tough spot as she comes down with that board kind of on her shoulder there. That lends to that reach in from behind.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, that's big. Sophomore having to come off the floor there. They'll bring on a freshman, Olivia Sorensen. We talk about youth for Syracuse on display.
And you got some youth here for Skyridge as well as Hymas sends that ball to Blackham. Cambry sends out Shea Toole. Tries to hit Mealy. Mealy gets back up. And that ball slapped away, now taken by Syracuse. And it'll be a foul here on Skyridge.
No, just out.
Oh, just out of bounds, okay.
It's a credit to their program. You know, you graduate, all the kids that graduated last year, and then they're right back here.
Yeah.
So it's a great job by their coach and their program.
Send that ball in the corner. This is Cammie King. Loose, and Cammie got it back. You see that swarming defense here from the Falcons. Try to find that ball backside, knocked out of bounds here by Abby Hymas.
Yeah, they fly around on defense.
Well, and look, I always felt like Westlake was kind of known for their defense as well. How do you preach that defensive intensity?
It has to be a point of emphasis. You know, good defense, great defense creates good offense and early buckets and easy buckets, and that's what you're hoping to get.
And off the miss, and that ball goes through the hands of Avery Sanders. This will stay with Skyridge here in the early goings.
Yeah, with the shot clock, that also the added pressure of that with the extended defense and pressure.
Cambry Blackham toes up a 3 and hits.
Can't leave her wide open.
Oh, you always worry about her driving abilities, and you kind of forget that she can knock down the shot too.
Yeah, especially when she gets her feet under her and sets up, and there's that pressure again.
They're lucky Hymas didn't pull the trigger on that because she can shoot that too. Danya Perkins gets inside the defense, and Danya Perkins, hurt hand and all, doesn't matter.
Nice rip move right to the basket.
I know some that really think Danya is part of the straw that stirs the drink, does a lot of little things well, doesn't get a lot of headlines, but always that 8 to 12 key rebounder.
She does do all those things, and she's not afraid of anything either.
Right.
Got to see her a few times this year. That's Mealy's number 42. Didn't have her on the official roster.
Well, they have her as 52 on there.
Oh, yeah, Mercedes Mealy. Yeah.
Okay.
That is Atula Mealy, the former All-American tight end and Seattle Seahawk.
Yeah, they put her at the front of that press with her length, and that can give you some trouble.
That's what Dan Cosby always did at Kearns. Play your length at top.
Oh, inside. Perkins can't finish it. That's what Dave Evans used to do with Fus Traore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did that with Jill Lundgren at
the
top of our when we ran our odd defense up at the top.
Yeah.
As that ball is kicked out of bounds, and it'll stay with Syracuse. As we go inside of 3 minutes left in the quarter, checking in for Skyridge is number 4, Emily Larson.
Boy, Syracuse just with still the 3. haven't been able to get that offense going. Skyridge really applied pressure. How do you try to free up a little space against this, Coach?
Well, there's a steal to Shea Toole. Shea with the rip and the layup.
Yeah, they're disrupting everything they're doing. So you got to. That's the one thing is they're doing everything they can to take away any execution that Syracuse likes to be able to accomplish.
So Camry Blackham's going to pick up the foul. Her first, second team foul.
Syracuse just doesn't sit back, or Skyridge doesn't sit back. They're extending, and so it changes the entire offense.
So sends this ball in the corner. And Syracuse trying to break down this matchup defense here from Syracuse, or Skyridge. That ball goes out of bounds off of Blackham. Oh, they're going to say off of Syracuse. That's off of Olivia Sorensen.
Yeah, I thought it hit off of her leg. I thought that was a good call.
Yeah, they're running that odd front with a little trap in the corner, added pressure, disrupts what you're trying to accomplish offensively.
Well, Skyridge should be able to put together really good schemes. They got about 18 coaches on the bench. Just 3 is off the mark from Camry Blackham. I mean, you got Reno Mahe all of a sudden makes his return to the bench. You got all kinds of guys down there.
And it's filled with energy, that's for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. And they send that ball back to the middle of the floor, taken away by Larson. And she'll get it to Shea Toole. And Skyridge looking to extend this lead. Mealy out to Toole. Holds off on the 3. Now to Blackham. She, too, very smart. Not going to try to force anything here early on. Back to Blackham on the angle. Cambria going to put her head down and sends it back out. Danya Perkins. Shea Toole to the corner. Larson will toe up a 3. Back rimmed. And the rebound. And run out here with Avery Sanders.
That's a nice job by Toole cutting that off because it looked like Syracuse could have got out on the run. Nay.
They'll find that ball backside. The shot is maybe partially blocked there for Rochelle Manuma. And we'll go back the other way with Skyridge.
Sorensen actually called for the loose ball foul there.
You know, you asked what can they do. I think they need to try to move the ball quicker, reverse the floor, get that defense moving. Don't give them a chance to put that pressure on you. So the more movement and some cutting, especially into the middle of the floor and collapse them, that could be very helpful to them.
And the passes are taking a while to get there, and so that allows that defense to flow, right? But if you can be crisper and quicker with that ball movement, you can maybe take advantage of some space.
Absolutely.
Sending the ball out to Larson. Gets her defenders off the feet. Didn't just go up with the ball there. Sends it out to Danya Perkins. 10 on the shot clock. Hymas has that one slapped back and is taken by Anderson. Danya Perkins is back. Anderson able to force it up and in. And it's 9-5 with about a 4-second difference between game clock and shot clock.
Much needed bucket.
And notice how well coached. I mean, stays vertical, right, to not pick up a cheap foul, send them to a line. But we've seen that time and time again in this first quarter from Skyridge.
Hymas over to Blackham. Hymas now Larson. 9 on the shot clock. Danya Perkins again at the defense. Can't get it to go. Out of bounds off of Skyridge. And we'll go back down the floor with Syracuse with 8 seconds to go in the opening quarter. And Sadie Butters knocked that ball out of bounds.
That was a long time between buckets, that 3 and that 2.
Right. And it's to stay with it, right? Not get that frustration play. As here comes Sanders all the way to the rim, left hand and one.
Nice.
The difference, the time between bucket 2 and 3, coach, a little shorter, and nice +1 opportunity.
Yeah, 9-3, going less than 30 seconds in the quarter, and now you're looking at a 1-point game. Just to end the quarter, it's a nice finish for Syracuse for the quarter.
And Avery does add the button on top, and that will do it for the first quarter. At the end of one, it is Skyridge 9, Syracuse 8. You're watching the 2023 6A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com. Commentary brought to you by KSL Sports Rewind. And welcome back to D Event Center. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and Coach O'Connor. I'm going to say that. We were talking before the former coach at Orem when Dane and I first started games was cut with Mike Connors.
Yeah.
It is killing me, Coach. It's absolutely killing me.
Yeah, and then I replaced Mike, and we were good friends too, so it was kind of fun. Mike Connors, Michael O'Connor, and it just.
I feel like Tom Hanks in A League of Their Own. You're killing me. As Blackham finds that ball inside. Missing the bunny is Sadie Buttards. And the rebound to Syracuse. Looking to take the lead as Danya Perkins slaps that ball away. That goes out of bounds off of Blackham. But if you're Syracuse, Coach, the first quarter doesn't go the way you want to go. You close it really strongly. How much momentum are you carrying in to this quarter?
Well, you probably tell them defensively we've done a nice job of slowing them down, keeping them within, their extended zone with their size has disrupted some of the Skyridge's flow. So, you got some good things to talk to your team about between quarters.
Danya Perkins backs things out. Good, Dane? Oh, I thought you had something. I thought I cut you off. On its side, and there's the foul. Going to put, I believe it was Moser. Yes, it is. Put Moser at the line for 2 free throws. The foul will be charged to number 13, Rochelle Manuma. That's a new Polynesian name I have not said. And it's like the most simple spelling, but it doesn't feel like it should be that way.
I could tell you were kind of outthinking the room on that. Like, wait, what?
I want to say Manu Manuena.
Yeah.
I read names at graduation, so sometimes there's some of those 5-name.
And I am way better on those. Leia Te'afatifi at West. That's probably wrong too, but here comes a drive on the other end, blocked away. Anderson had that one sent back. Here comes Blackham on the run. Cambry leaves it for Shea Toole. High post Moser, trying to fit it inside to Butters, and it's taken away.
And nice work there by Barker and the support by Alpha Manuma. And we come take that away.
Send it back out. Here's Sanders on the drive too strong, and that ball's out of bounds off of Syracuse.
Well, Skyridge ran that nice little high-low. Just got to change the angle of that seal, and that pass gets in there.
Remember, coming up next is going to be Lone Peak and Westlake.
And they're just heading to the locker room now.
Coach, was it your time to kind of call it a day as a coach, or you just didn't want to deal with the shot clock?
I actually was looking forward to the shot clock. I coached in California for 11 years and loved the shot clock.
Moser off the rim. Nah, I'm just teasing with you. But, of course, your Westlake Thunder are going to be coming up next against Lone Peak and looking to repeat a performance and maybe obviously improve a little bit off the last time they saw Lone Peak to close out the regular season. That'll be fun to see. You're certainly going to get a very charged up and focused Lone Peak Knight team.
Yeah, very much like in the boys' game with Corner Canyon. You're going to, they're #1 team, Lone Peak, for a reason. And they're going to come ready to play.
Does the AD get to go give any locker room speech before the game?
We'll leave that up to Coach Olin.
Spoken like a good admin right there.
Oh, Toole lost the handle on that one. Thought she'd get a call and did not. Here comes Sanders. Down the lane, floated up. A little too strong in the rebound to Cambry Blackham. Blackham sends it ahead. Shea Toole. Syracuse giving chase, and Shea with the little maverick move hits the break, lets him fly right by, lays it up and in.
Got to get this up the floor.
You got to be smart. You got 3 seconds. 2.
That's a bad spot to be.
Yeah, you do not want to stop there.
Yeah, there was 4 defenders. As he send that ball inside, a little short off the window there from Sorensen. On the run now, Blackham. Oh, nifty
nice
move. All the way to the rim. Cambry Blackham.
And that's what this press is trying to do. Trying to pick the tempo of the game up, force them to take early shots, not within their offense, so that they can get transition themselves. So,
the tough thing, a couple of missed shots right near the rim for Syracuse, and some of it just feels like they're sped up, right? And whether it's, I don't want to miss the opportunity, and get it away real quickly or they're expecting contact or something, but you can certainly tell they're not flustered, but just out of their rhythm.
Yeah, absolutely. That's what Skyridge likes to do. Take you out of what your normal routine, your normal flow of the game is. And, when you got to be able to slow the game down,
Which is much easier said than done against this team.
Peterson sends this ball to the corner. 3 on the way, a little strong from Courtney Barker. Now back down the floor with Blackham and the Falcons. Fit that
Nice
into
pass.
Butters, and Butters draws the foul. And that's going to put her at the line number 3 here on Hacker.
She'd just come back on the floor, literally like seconds ago, and picks up the 3rd on that one.
You see that right hand came down. So at the line is Butters. Just cross off.
That's maybe the thing that stood out to me the most about Skyridge is their hands do not come down at all. Everything is straight vertical. Like, I haven't seen them take a swipe yet.
Yeah, they've done a very nice job of pressuring the ball without reaching, grabbing. And that can be the tendency when you're a pressure kind of team.
So Hacker comes off the floor. Mealy came on as Shea Toole knocks it out of bounds. So Shea Toole's everywhere for Skyridge. Very willing to play defense. Or play defense. Man, I got stuck in a weird spot. That goes out of bounds off a Toole.
Dusty was in a corner in a double team. Help, help.
I'm in defense.
Well, and as you put on this pressure, you can feel when the other team has when they feel disrupted.
Yep.
And then the pressure seems to be even more.
They got the 10-second.
But does that not reset?
It does reset.
Should have reset it when it went out of bounds.
Yeah, we've had this before. We had this last week, matter of fact, at the West Kearns game in round 1. That clock resets and it goes out of bounds. It doesn't just stay there.
See, but that's one where it's like, all right, if I'm Syracuse, okay, can you start with 3 Falcons in the backcourt? Because I'm on a run.
Yeah.
And now they get to set up in a half court?
Yeah.
That's tough.
Feels like soccer at the moment.
It shouldn't be a reset, though. It still should be 23.
Right.
Yeah, because it's not a violation. It was, hey, put it back. You just, we reset the 10 seconds. So if it was at 23 or 28, we put it right back there.
Yeah, for the most part, it ends up being an inadvertent whistle.
Right.
Yeah.
So Syracuse basketball trailing by 8. Sanders on the drive. A little baseline jumper from Peterson, no. And a rebound to Butters.
And Skyridge is in that 1-3-1. They put Blackham down at the bottom. She runs corner to corner, able to defend a lot of space.
Mealy for 3.
That's a 10-0 start to this quarter for Skyridge.
We're talking about Marcius Mealy. We've seen her a couple times already this year. That's a big-time shot, as that shot will not drop for Araya Peterson. And back down the floor we go with the Skyridge Falcons, looking to take a commanding lead, especially the way they've been playing defense, as Shea Toole knocks down the 3.
Number 2, Shea Toole.
Here come the Falcons. And you feel, Coach, all the momentum is wearing orange and white.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, for a quarter and a half or so, how many clean shots has Syracuse taken?
Yeah.
You know, how many shots have been within their offense and what they want to try to do? Not very many.
Yeah.
Not very many at all. 2:57 left in the half. We got a timeout. We'll take it with them. You're watching the 2023 6A quarterfinals. And welcome back to the D Event Center. Dusty Litster, Dane Stewart, and Coach Michael Connor. As we want to thank Utah Jazz Camps for being a sponsor here during the state tournament. We want to remind you to go to UtahJazzCamps.com to find the camps coming up close to you. Get a Utah Jazz swag bag. Now, these are legit. You got long, short sleeve, you got purple shirts, you got a backpack, everything. And if you can't make it to a camp, go to the Utah Shoot 360 facility in Lehigh and better your skills through Utah Jazz Camps. It's UtahJazzCamps.com. As Blackham has that one taken away. Avery Sanders, she's been active on both ends of the floor. Oh,
That's why
Moser.
there's padding.
Or is that Camry Blackham? We're going to go through the whole roster.
I think it was
Blackham. Nice job, Camry Blackham. Those players laying on the floor. Coach, you got to coach boys and girls. Girls give you so much effort. Do you have to beg them for effort or no?
No.
My viewpoint is you say, girls, I need you to do this. And they go, okay.
They are hungry to learn, and coachable. And
3 on the way and good. A welcome sign for Syracuse. Maylee Anderson, Dane, maybe that's something that can spark the Titans.
Yeah, you certainly hope so. If you're a Syracuse fan, that's their first point in this second quarter. Boy, that defense got sucked up.
Mealy now with 5 points.
Yeah, they got a clean 3 over there on that inbounds play before pressure could occur.
Yeah.
Moser nearly got the steal. Manuma sends that one back, and nearly got the 10-second count legitimately on that one, Coach.
Yes, it's a whole different part of the game now. Coaches are having to, and you look at it, even if they crossed midcourt, they just made Syracuse work 10 seconds off of the clock, and now you only have 26 seconds to
against a pressure defense.
Exactly.
And that's what you taught your players, hey, don't terminate near midcourt, right?
Yeah, that's probably one of the hardest things. No matter how much you work it and teach it, not to terminate your dribble, unless you're going to make a pass or do something with it. Don't just, don't waste the dribble. Don't terminate the dribble. Definitely a huge skill.
I don't know. You don't sound like an AD right now. I don't know if this coaching thing's out of your blood yet.
Well, we'll see.
So you get a banner in the gym when you're the NFHS National Coach of the Year. What do you get in the house? Dinner on the table?
I get a hug from my wife. And she's probably listening to this right now.
Free throw line, Jay goes in and out there from Maylee Anderson. And back down the floor with Skyridge. Now you'll learn this year, if you listen to the Kelsey Brothers podcast, that they don't give you anything for getting an all-pro. You get a piece of mail and like a letter or something like that. As Manuma sends that up to Maylee Anderson. She hit that 3 moments ago. Anderson, front rim, and the rebound to Blackham. Yes, Syracuse just cannot find a back-to-back possession here, Coach.
Yeah, that's for sure. And Anderson's played well coming down the stretch, helping Syracuse. And, she got that wide-open 3. And, if they can string a few shots together like at the end of the first quarter.
Hymas going to drive the base. Pull and swatted away. Good defense from Barker. And that's out of bounds. And
stays here.
Will stay here with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
I thought that might have been out off Skyridge, but
Preston could have had a replay for us if he would have been thinking.
Syracuse's length at the bottom of that zone. You notice Syracuse, Skyridge has a lot. Everything's high right now.
And
5 seconds on the shot clock.
They kind of bring that back line up. It's almost like they're daring that pass and expecting
Tool
length.
at the horn, a little wide to the left. Sorry, Dane.
No, to that point, right? It's they pull that back line up because they want you to throw that pass because they feel like their length can defend it, and then it takes away that soft spot in the middle.
Absolutely.
There, so.
They raise that center up and defend the high post, and they extend the top of their zone, and their length covers the bottom.
A little baseline jumper for Sorensen, back rim to rebound, back to Syracuse. As Barker goes back up, swatted away. And Donya Perkins comes away with the loose ball.
They did a nice job. Got the ball in the middle of the floor, collapsed the zone, kicked it out, got a nice clean look.
So final shot here of the first half probably be taken by Skyridge. 10 seconds left. Blackham, high post. Butter swatted away from behind. 3 seconds. And I don't know, we get a shot here before the end of the half, and that will do it. As we go to the locker room, it is Skyridge 24, Syracuse 11. You're watching the 2023 6A Girls Quarterfinals on KSLSports.com. And welcome back in the D Event Center. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, Coach Michael Connors. And let's go to a rewind flashback. I'm told I'll really enjoy this.
And now it's time for a rewind flashback. Moments Dusty and Dane want to forget.
Tifus Tai Nakua with the self tip drill. My voice cracked. Do not air that somewhere else.
Everybody. For a second, I thought he somehow got a hold of the buzzer beater Orem Mountain Crest from 2006. That's really what I thought.
Send that to you. I'll send that to you.
That's really what I thought that was.
Yeah.
You know, those are left on the floor. Those on the cutting room floor, and Vince Francis just.
He's got nothing.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Look, Dusty's got range. We know that. Dusty's got range.
Hey, I got falsetto. I mean, I was in choir for a reason. I guess I'm going to have to fix that.
Yeah.
But that's a long weekend, too. I think I was after a certain collegiate football game, too. I was trying to get the top 5 in.
That would probably be the case.
They should find the one when BYU, Nebraska, when Mitch Matthews got that Hail Mary and I didn't have a voice, and I voiced all of our stuff. But welcome back in, Coach Michael Connors. Coach, your thoughts on what we saw in the first half? Really impressive half for Skyridge.
Yeah, their pressure disrupted Syracuse's offensive execution, and that's what they try to do. They try to speed you up, try to get you out of what you like to do, and that was evident in the first half.
And Dane, I mean, for Syracuse, there was time between buckets. Sometimes, obviously, too long. You want to score points, but it really just stymied here. Who and what kind of trends can we find to maybe give some hope to the Titans?
Yeah, I mean, it's tough, right? I mean, a half where they shot 17% from the floor, had a number of looks, and several that are right at the rim, just couldn't get them to go. And a lot of that is because of the contest of Skyridge. That, you know, the Falcons dominated the glass 21-13 that first half, but Skyridge actually had more turnovers than Syracuse. And, I mean, if I'm looking at this and you tell Coach Hamblin, well, Skyridge is going to shoot 35%. They're going to have 24 points at the half. He probably feels okay with that, right? But it's just the struggles of Skyridge to get the bottom of the net has just been the challenge. And the hard thing is I feel like Skyridge has played really solid D. I mean, I don't feel like missed calls. It's just been haven't been able to take advantage of opportunities yet.
Well, not that, just been sped up too, Coach. I mean, your teams are very deliberate. We talk about your execution level, but your team is sped up. How do you remedy that? Because you don't want to play. You want to play fast but not quick, and not get sped up that way. And it feels like that's what's happened to Syracuse. Has got them out of rhythm. Yeah,
you got to be able to find space. You got to be able to reverse the ball, move the defense, move the ball before the pressure can get to you. And you need the high post is huge. What it does to a defense when the ball goes into the center of the floor.
The start of the second half, and we'll start with the Skyridge Falcons. And this was a team that very balanced in the first half, made some big threes down the stretch to close out the first two quarters. As Danya Perkins sends that in the corner, Cambry Blackham short on the triple, and the rebound taken by Hacker. And good to see Hacker back on the floor. She's got to be smart playing with 3 fouls. As here's Syracuse, and again we mentioned it was a tough first half offensively for the Titans. Hacker steps through, can't get it, and that ball's out of bounds off of Syracuse.
But even there, how far out is Skyridge defense? They're defending all the way up to the E. I mean, it's like we're going to make you react to us. And
they're dictating the play.
Absolutely.
They are. Absolutely.
And back down the floor here with Skyridge. Again, the winner is going to take on the there's a steal picked up by Sanders. Avery all the way to the rim, too sharp off the window, and now a foul. That's going to put Cammie King at the line. And the winner will take on Davis on Thursday. Coach, games start to bleed together. We'll have you do multiples.
Sure.
We won't put you through the next game. That's a game we want you to be able to be emotional and be emotionally available and vocally available as you need to be.
Again, I'll leave that to Coach.
As the free throw comes off of the iron, and it's going to go back to Skyridge.
I'm nowhere near as animated as a fan as I am as a coach.
It's funny how that happens. As Hymas misses on the three, but all of a sudden when you're emotionally not as invested, you are still invested, but not as emotionally. You're not taking it home with you as much. It's amazing what happens. Is that ball from Blackham? Yeah, she was out of bounds first before she got the ball to not reestablished herself, and so the ball will stay here with Syracuse. But for Syracuse, I mean, it was just a number of, 4 of 23 from the floor.
Yeah.
Certainly capable of a much better shooting half.
All those shots, most of them very contested, tough, outside of their normal offensive execution.
It's the problem with the box score. There aren't really good numbers to talk about what Skyridge really was able to affect Syracuse within that first half.
Right. So, except for making every shot tough, as the three on the way from Sanders is good. Her second three of the day.
Nice, clean look, too.
Matter of fact, she's 2 for 2 for three. So, well, Coach, you got a girl's 2 for 2. Do you say maybe that's a hot hand? There's a Tool, a little long, and Sanders. Oh, we have a loose ball foul on the rebound. Going to go against Mealy. I'm always making sure the Mealy's name. Her dad, Atula, gave young Dusty lots of happiness as a kid. He was really, really good at BYU and with the Seattle Seahawks.
And that's what I get for looking at my roster quickly. It is Mealy.
Atula was awesome. Send that ball back outside and reverses near side here to Sanders. Avery going to drive the lane, float it up a little too strong, and a rebound to Shea Toole.
Well, I thought she maybe had Hacker, little handoff.
Yeah, she found that seam and then maybe pull up instead of a float or make that defender commit. You know? And then you have a cleaner jumper or you have that nice dish off, like you said.
Coach, and the players off the floor, as much as Hacker had to be, does it get you out of rhythm? Because it's not like short-term memory, or is it for your team? They haven't been on the floor in a game like this as Danya Perkins gets the bucket.
Yeah, it's tough when you feel like you haven't been on the floor much because of foul trouble.
Got to get it across. Ooh.
King just does. As trying to fit that into Hacker, taken away by Blackham.
Backside defense, recovered.
That's a tough spot you're trying to fit that into.
Marcius Mealy sends that out, trying to get the Tool, taken away by Mealy Anderson. And now we have a kick ball.
It just feels like Skyridge is playing with 8 players, doesn't it? I mean, it's like, even there, you feel like, oh, I've got him out of position. You go for post entry, and there's backside help, and it's a turnover. It's just like, are there really only 5 out there?
Yeah, the funny thing you say that is sometimes in practice to work against that kind of pressure, you actually put 8 defenders on the floor. So you have to deal with that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a practice tool a coach might use.
Shea Toole, you see how active she is on defense. Got that ball back. Here comes Sanders. She sends it back out. The 3 on the way, short from Barker. And now back down the floor we go with Skyridge. Shea Toole goes back inside. And Moster has that one sent back. Or Elijah Oster, pardon me.
I mean, Coach Hamblin has to be pleased with his defense. His defense has really kept them in this game.
On the drive, and now we'll have a traveling violation. I thought we were going to get a penalty.
Oh, we got a foul on the other end. The other official had a foul call.
Before the travel.
Foul on Shea Toole. And Preston, the intern, just looked at me and said that he didn't hit the button because he thought we were playing through. Didn't want to show a traveling violation. Preston. Oh, nice job there by Moser. Get her hands on that one. Blackham on the run, got numbers. Cambry gives that one up. An extra pass, and here's Mealy Anderson. That always got to make you feel good. Even on a night that things aren't going well, you have players like Anderson putting out effort, Coach, on the defensive end.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you've only given up 26 points, like you said. Defensively, defensively, they've done everything they can. They've slowed them down.
And Maley just a freshman for Syracuse.
Blackham hangs and hits.
Blackham's a junior.
Right.
I'm just sharing.
Okay.
That's experience there, right?
We're getting a little too late in the night to give me that. To give me the look, because I almost. All of a sudden, Vince will have a new flashback to put up there.
We still got time.
So they're in that 1-3-1.
Yep.
10 on the shot clock, sent back out. 3 on the way from Sanders. She is 3 for 3 from downtown.
That's one way. Try to shoot him out of it, right?
Yeah. You know, they have that odd front defense, and, you know, they're matching up to their offenses in an odd front as well, so they're able to defend pretty much every spot with that.
I love 1-3-1s.
And there is a charge on Camry Blackham. Taken right in the chest there by Cammie King. And now another chance. Got to stop on defense, come out, put a crooked number up on the other end.
So, Coach, how do you attack a 1-3-1 successfully?
Well, I you know, if you have an odd front defense, you want to attack it with an even front in the front of it and behind it. Try to create space and openings for your offense. If you match up with them, point, wing, it makes it tough.
So back down the floor we go with the Titans, trying to cut into this deficit, trailing by 11. Barker goes to work at Donya Perkins. Good hands by Donya Perkins. Anderson floats it up short, out of bounds. But it was a play of Donya Perkins right here that maybe makes a difference in this possession.
When they were able to move that defense around, I mean, that possession started so well, but Perkins with the block.
I thought she had a nice little 10-footer she could have taken, you know, instead of putting it on the floor.
And Blackham's pass deflected, but Mealy able to get to that ball first. Back up top to Camry Blackham. Mealy pulls for 3. Short rebound to Oser, pardon me. Oser goes back up, no. Board, and now a foul after the rebound on Skyridge. It's going to be the 5th team foul on the Falcons. And, hey, opportunity there for Syracuse. You look at the foul discrepancy here. Probably that's 4th team foul. Or only it's 5. They go pretty quick. So that's an opportunity here for Syracuse to score with the clock stopped in the 4th quarter.
Absolutely. That's huge.
Sanders broke down that. Sends that to Sorensen. Oh, trying to get to Anderson and Manuma. Wrong place, wrong time.
Yeah, tried to make that skip pass, and if she would have let it go, she'd have had a wide open look.
As Mealy trying to send it back up top to Blackham. Shea Toole holds off on the 3. Back up top to Mealy. Toole from the corner. Her second 3 of the evening for Shea Toole. Coach, you got a player Toole plays hard defense. Good to see her rewarded with some buckets.
Yeah, nice job of being in space, and they reverse the ball for that 3.
And this takeaway here by Mealy. Mercius holds on and hits. And just as you thought that the Titans were going to reel him back in, Dane, Skyridge's defense give him some more space.
That's what this pressure does to you.
You know, that's hard. There's a call here that I think Syracuse would have liked. Probably a call on this end they would have liked too. They don't get any, and then you turn it over out of bounds. And to your point, I mean, it felt like it was right on that cusp of Syracuse putting together a run, getting back in it. Bang, bang, bang. It's back to 16.
It is 59.4 left in the third. Timeout on the floor. We'll be right back. You're watching the 6A quarterfinals.
Okay. than shoot 아낌다 똑같은 질투 더 높이 올라와 공기도 달라 so high.
And welcome back in the Event Center. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart, and Coach Michael Connors. Always good to have the National Coach of the Year, at least one time. Dane and I are distinguished media members. I don't know exactly what that means, but you are the Coach of the Year.
Oh, I'm a lucky person. Coach some really good kids, both boys and girls, so I've been fortunate.
What was it like to build a program at Westlake?
Well, that was part of the challenge. The funny thing is our coach moved on to somewhere else, and they said Mike should take it over. I was like, I got out of it for a reason. So just got right back in it, and to be in the semis of second year, it just, the girls were willing to work and do what it took to get to the next level, and that's a fun part of coaching girls, that's for sure.
Shea Toole misses on the three, and down to 25 seconds left in the quarter. And Shea Toole going to pick up a foul there. Going to be the 16th foul, number 2 on Shea. Maybe an unneeded one there. A little more of a frustration.
It's going to be the bonus the rest of the way, though.
And can Syracuse make it hurt is the question, right? So the Titans will probably hold for the final shot of the third quarter. As Sanders sends that to Manuma along the baseline. No. Rebound to Hymas.
It's a great box out by Toole. Completely open up this side of the floor, allowing her team to get that board.
Hymas at the horn. No. And that shot will not count. As we go to the fourth quarter, it is all Skyridge. Falcons 33, Titans 17. You're watching the 6A quarterfinals on KSLSports.com. Start of the fourth quarter is a winner. Will go on to play against Davis on Thursday. As we had a quick stoppage of time here. We didn't put anything back in, so I'm just curious what that one was. But remind you, go to UtahJazzCamps.com. I thank them for supporting us here on KSL Sports Rewind and our coverage of high school basketball in the state of Utah. As Anderson gets inside and draws the foul. And then now be 1-1 free throws here for the Titans. We're 21 seconds in, Coach.
Yeah, absolutely. So this is a chance for some free points, or easy points we call them. And, if we can put some pressure on Skyridge for the entire quarter.
And the first free throw good, and that's the thing. Is you can get the opportunity. Can you take advantage of it and score with the clock stopped? Hit the front end, and now has a second.
They've had trouble being consistent offensively all game, and that's, if the free throws can help that, hopefully.
And we get him into some rhythm as Hymas sends that over to Blackham. Cambry skip to Mealy. Marcius Mealy left that one short, gets her own rebound. And now a timeout going to be granted here to Skyridge. It's a game of runs, but it's a game of runs on timeouts too, Coach. I mean,
but yeah, I saw her trapped by 3 people under the basket, nowhere to go.
Well, you've been around our state for a long time, and you've been able to see a lot of good teams. What would you say about the state of girls basketball in the state of Utah, where you've been able to see it from when you came here and where it is now?
There's been a lot of great players in our state, and last year I thought was a very deep year in girls basketball, and a lot of really good players, and obviously Mountain View and Bingham and Fremont there's been some great players. I mean, my first year assisting at Mountain View, Natalie Williams was a senior. So
She's pretty good, right?
Yeah, really good player. If they had McDonald's All-American then, she might have been the first one in our state.
I know. I saw some knucklehead kept saying that she was a McDonald's All-American last year, but
Yeah,
he got corrected
good.
quickly.
Yeah, well, Aaron Thorne would have been another one.
Oh, nice take, and Hymas draws the foul. We'll put her at the line, and that's the thing, because I think for a long time it was maybe one or two teams, and we've seen that the talent level really kind of get more spread out. You do get more concentrated pockets at times, like maybe have a little bit this year, but you do see it spread out, especially if you look at 5A this year. I think the 5A classification is pretty open.
Oh, yeah, very balanced. I mean, even I think everyone knows Lone Peak's the favorite in the girls, and I think some of us were talking there's 8 or 9 teams that could be in that Final Four in that final on any given night.
Which is fun as Blackham gets the steal. Cambry gets back inside and draws the foul on Awful Manuma, and is going to put Cambry Blackham at the line to shoot 2. And her sister Allie must have given you nightmares. Allie was really good.
Yeah.
Not taking. We'll talk Cambry here in just a second, but always give shout-outs to siblings, especially when I know they're siblings.
Absolutely. I mean, she's kind of probably a player that's the start of Skyridge to help get them going and moving in the right direction, and where they're at now, one of the best girls teams in the state on a consistent basis.
Remember that semifinal run they made up at the U?
Yep.
And she hits the free throw. At some point we'll get a break. We're gonna ask you about that Fremont craziness game that you had against Emma Calvert when she was a sophomore. But let's see if Syracuse can get something going as that shot won't fall in for Avery Sanders, and one and done. Hyman sends that ball to Shea Toole for 3. Shea knocks down her third three-pointer of the evening. And it's a 20-point Skyridge lead. And then the near steal to Blackham.
That was a nice, clean, wide-open look, ball reversal, and when you have that, those are nice to make.
Feels like Skyridge actually shot the 3-ball okay tonight. They haven't had a lot of that challenge that we've seen sometimes at the venue.
Yeah.
If they shoot it like this, do they have an opportunity should they match up with a Lone Peak in a championship game?
Well, I mean, Lone Peak does so many good things, offensively, defensively, and they can shoot it just as well.
Yeah.
In his last year's final,
yeah, but that was at BYU. This is at Weber State.
I kind of like this backdrop. It's right on top of it. Not that big.
We were down on the floor last year, and it wasn't that bad.
I'm surprised at how much more steep it was at the Marriott Center. Because the Huntsman Center is a little more spread, a little more flat behind it. Now, nothing's as bad as the East Center as far as all the state tournament venues we've had over the years.
I think some things that help is that wall.
Yeah, that LA part.
Even at the Huntsman Center, so it doesn't feel like there's that vast background that you might deal with.
Except for this end, and they leave that curtain open during the state tournament because they're checking in teams at this end.
I would tell them I want it closed.
Hey, look, I just need 32 minutes with that curtain shut.
But let's be honest. Most of us grew up in the state. We want an accordion door behind the backboard because that's what we're all used to shooting at.
Yeah, that's for sure.
That's why I didn't make my varsity program. I don't know about you.
I practiced on carpet.
I remember going to Ted Bianco. Hey, Ted, I need an accordion door behind there. Trust me. We're 7 out of 10, the accordion door. Mealy hangs outside, and Mercia's going to pull and hit the 3. But it's just right now an onslaught here from the Falcons. They just stay nice and calm, and they're getting open shots and knocking them down.
Yeah, that constant pressure, too.
Had to save that one back in wisely. Be able to get across there as that shot won't fall for Avery Sanders. Extra opportunity, Maylee Anderson short. And the rebound picked up and on the run with Elia Oser. And that one slapped out of bounds. Will stay here with Skyridge.
Coach, what's the thing you miss the most about not coaching?
Not coaching?
Yeah.
Hey, game day is always a fun time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's, you know, you're always sitting back, hey, what would I have done? What will I do? Or, you know, if I'm in that situation, you never stop thinking. You know, the good thing about not coaching is I'm not thinking of it 24/7 for a full year.
You get to sleep at night,
Yeah,
you know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Because you missed the I'm going to win or lose tonight feeling.
You know what? I didn't take losses that hard. You know, I mean, I knew there was another day. You know, and any loss you have that doesn't define who your team is or who your girls are. You know, in the end, if you've done everything you can and battled and competed, then that's all you can ask for from your kids.
Sanders, 4 for 4
She
from
has
3.
shot it well tonight.
Yes, she has. And I think the biggest thing is that, in the words of George Costanza, she's not been a chucker.
And they've all been deep.
Yes. And that's the first one that's touched rim. As that one goes off the foot of Courtney Barker. Look at that 3 from Sanders.
Beyond the college line.
I saw Dame Lillard hit a shot or 2 like that in this building. By the way, there's some guys
And
that
about
get
600 of them out of this building, but you know.
71 points there tonight. My goodness. 22 of 38 from the floor as they send out to Larson. Short on the 3. Sanders got the board. Now the loose ball foul to Donya Perkins. Oh, no, actually it's going to be on number 4. That's going to be on Emily Larson. Yeah, some guys get like a part of a thing out here in the rotunda. Dame Lillard has a whole case of stuff. Rightfully so.
Yeah. Of course, his number's in the rafter up here.
I did love when they came to the All-Star game, was it last week or the week before? He's talking about returning to Utah. He said, hey, man, I come back here. They cheer like I'm one of the members of the Jazz. Like, it's awesome. Like, this is my second home. It made me feel good because I think it was a wasted opportunity when he was here at Weber State and not watching him more here.
I remember watching him at his senior year. I think it was at BYU. Phenomenal.
And it was awesome, right?
Oh, yeah.
And it was one of the things like, I think he'll be good. And man.
It'll be interesting to see if he makes it to the next level.
Yeah, how does he transition?
Yeah.
As the second, or both free throws good there by Avery Sanders, who is, as we mentioned earlier, she is 4 for 4 from 3. And then hit both of her free throws. As Shea Toole gives that up to Blackham. Kimbry says that ball in the corner. Larson back up top. As Skyridge going to take their time here. No need to get sped up. Blackham inside out to Toole. Shea now Blackham going to drive and hit. Shea Toole, pardon me, Kerry Blackham from Shea Toole.
3 different scorers in double figures now for Skyridge.
And the 3 good from Avery Sanders, 5 for 5.
Wow.
A junior. I have her with 20 points.
And then you take that one moment. Say, how was the game? I know. And players don't want to take all the individual stuff, but that's something you certainly grin about and fuels you for next year.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, Weber State, she can clearly shoot in this building. Why don't we just offer her a scholarship, huh?
Yeah. Give them the best shooter they've had since Chelsea Warburton. Carbonheim alum.
Oh, no, I know. Trust me, I've known Dusty for years. I know exactly what that relation is.
Current USU Eastern head coach, Chelsea Warburton.
I coached against her.
You did?
Yeah, I was the Lehigh coach.
Oh, there we go.
With Harrison, Michelle,
Yeah.
and that group. And we had some wars with Carbon.
With Chelsea and Morgan.
Yeah, the whole crew.
And Cassie. Then that was when I was at Carbon. Those 3. And Cassie went to SUU. Chelsea went to CEU and then Weber, and Morgan starred at the U and then played at WNBA in Europe. Going to lob into Hacker. The fall away in the key is there for Hacker. And good for her. It's been a frustrating night for Hacker. Got into foul trouble early. I want to see Uriah get some points in the big venue.
And that might be the first points by a post player for Syracuse. I have Anderson, Sanders, and King with all the other points.
That's the cleanest look they've had inside.
Yeah.
Everything else has been under duress and pressure, and that's one thing. If you can get some inside game against that pressure, it tightens it up, helps open up the outside a little more, create more seams. But they make it hard on you.
Well, we got a full timeout. Coach, I want to ask you about that. I know what game I think of the most when I think of you, and that is that Fremont game. What was that, quadruple overtime at Salt Lake Community College? That semifinal game?
Yeah, double overtime, I think. We had a
double.
We had a chance. We tied it with a 3, and then they fouled us, and we had a free throw go in and out, and then they were able to get a little lead. Our backside help was so good all game long. We're just a tad late. They got a little 4-point lead on us, and just an awesome game. And to be in that situation, my second year with the Westlake kids and girls, and that was kind of put us on the map, that game.
Yeah.
Because I think I teased you pregame that you guys didn't pick us to win any games in that tournament.
Why do you think I picked that one?
Well, you didn't pick us in the first round.
And it's just more verification that we tell people all the time. You don't want us picking you because we're not very good at picks.
That was actually, it kind of fueled us a little.
Yeah. But it's good because it gives you something, right? Because you hear like Travis Kelce, no one believed in us with the Chiefs, but it's one of those things you can point to. Hey, even these guys don't want you. You don't think you could get there.
Did you ever take that into your locker room and be like, look at these clowns, they don't believe in you. I do. Let's go prove them wrong. Come on, you can be honest.
I didn't necessarily say that, but they all listened. Everyone watched you guys. I mean, everyone watched the rewind every week, and then your predictions, and they're like, "Oh, forget this." We won in the round of 16, then got to the Final Four, and we had beaten Bingham 2 weeks prior at our place, and which was so awesome. I mean, we made 16 straight free throws to end that game, and with Sam Hester and Marissa and Ashley Perry, and just a great group of girls that, helped get Westlake on the map as a place for girls basketball.
Well, it was the only time you really got to do that, because after that we said, okay, Westlake's at least getting to the semifinals.
So Coach, what is it? Maybe what is it like to coach at Westlake? Because I feel like when you look at Region 4, the support they get from the community, student section, all that, I mean, it's near the top of that region. It feels like every time you go to a game at Westlake, that building is full.
Yeah, our kids do a great job, our students, and, our community is very the more I think it's anywhere, the more you win, it just gets bigger and bigger, no matter what the school is. And, the thing is that we try to convince our kids at Westlake is we belong in that region, and we belong with that group of teams, and it's proven. Last year both our boys and girls in the Final Four. Our girls wrestling won state this year for the third straight year. And
2020 you had the girls and boys in the championship game too.
We have teams that we're competing with it's the best region in the state, hands down, in everything.
Yeah. Is there a name for the arena?
we don't have. Timpview has Thunderdome, so we couldn't use
What
that.
about the Cloud? Because here's the thing: it's where thunder comes from. It's where rain comes from when that 3 ball's dropping, right?
I'll have to present that to the student body and the kids.
I know it doesn't sound very good, but it's where data's kept as well. It's like, look, we're going to be analytical.
You see what Dane works on every day. Is that baseline?
I don't know if that sounds tough enough.
Yeah, welcome to the Cloud.
The Cloud.
It's like in the Bay Area.
No one asked your opinion, Dusty. I was talking to Mike.
I'm trying to think of the name of the hammer Thor. Miramar or whatever. No, I don't know.
It's a great place to be. And you know, no better place than to compete in the best region and prove what you're worth, you know.
Yeah.
It really, if you can tell the kids, we could be the 4th place team, but you still have a chance to win the whole thing.
Right.
Because you're good enough.
Yeah.
You know, and that's in all the sport, every sport, that you have a chance to win if you can compete in this region.
Well, certainly. You can tell what players on the bench, who they want to make shots. Peyton Newbold, when she put up that 3, you could tell that whole bench was so excited. Nice job of coming over and getting the tie-up as Jada Smith. You can tell cultures are built. You got teams like this. Everyone's excited about jump balls and who's taking shots. And
I'll just add, I didn't say what type of cloud. It could have been a nimbostratus or a cumulonimbus, which is where like lightning and thunder and anvil and edges, like it doesn't have to be this white fluffy like.
Welcome to the Nimbus. Be afraid.
The cumulonimbus.
On the drive, that's going to put Kaya Perkins at the line for. Oh, pardon me, that's only be the 15th foul. See, they gave her the 2, and they
player control. So
player control charge.
Yeah, that'd be fun. The cloud.
The more he says it, the more he's going to be into it. Blanca Vasquez comes on. Vasquez comes on is Awful Manuma.
Next time you come do a game at our place, I'll put a sign up. Welcome to the cloud.
It'll be a paper mache. It'll be just as tough as the name. So here's drop that ball inside is Vasquez. And I think we're out of bounds here on Skyridge to be.
No, we got to give Skyridge credit. Their game plan, what they do. They accomplished what they wanted, and now you look forward to the semis.
Yeah.
Well, certainly. His final touches here is that 3 on the way. Oh, lips in and out there for Adams. Board and at the horn, that'll do it. And the Skyridge Falcons going back to the semifinals as they'll take on the Davis Darts. Coach, your thoughts on what we saw here tonight, both Skyridge and Syracuse?
You know, Skyridge executed their game plan defensively. They disrupted Syracuse, and you know, they just didn't get enough clean looks. And you know, hats off to Skyridge and accomplishing what they've done and to get to the next level.
Absolutely, Dan. Your thoughts, and then a selection of Heidemann Associates Player of the Game.
I mean, I think we knew, you know, the pressure of Skyridge is tough to deal with, and that was made evident from the get-go. Look, Syracuse didn't play a bad game, just couldn't find enough offense, and even close looks that have gone most of the year, just couldn't get them to go in this one. My player of the game, I'm really torn here. I'm going to go with 2. I'm going to give it to Toole and to Mealy. I thought they were both really key. Mealy, I didn't know she had a long ball, but man, she can stroke it from the outside. Shea Toole, the 3-point shot, I think was pivotal in helping them pull away. I'll go with Shea Toole and Marcellus Mealy as my players of the game.
Well, sure, I'm going to give a special shout out to Avery Sanders, who torched it from the outside. Yes. For Syracuse as well. I want to thank everybody for joining us and for watching KSL Sports Rewind's coverage of the 2023 6A State Championship Basketball Tournament. For Jaron Mulford, Vince Francis, Dane Stewart, Coach Michael Connors, I'm Dusty Litster. Thanks for joining us. Coming right back, we'll have Lone Peak and Westlake. Thanks for watching the 2023 6A quarterfinals.